Today is January 30th, and Hal spoke, and Boone spoke, and Cash gave some quotes, and we're going to react to the speaking with our own speaking. Let's talk Yanks.
Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Recaps galore, weekly awards, stat lines, theme, and hot takes. Get your Yankees news from these two fine dudes. It's time for Talkin' Yanks. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake. Talking Yanks with old John Boy and Jake.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Yanks. My name is Jimmy. His name is Jake. We got BBD here. We are in the Owner Suite studio in Jersey City at our warehouse. A morning, 8:30 in the morning episode. So that's a new time for us. It's earlier than usual, Jake. How you doing?
James, Davis, everyone tuning in. I'm doing well. Last episode of January.
Wow, that's true.
Think about that. So
Shout out to SeatGeek.
shout out to SeatGeek. We're sitting on seats.
I'd like better seats at the Owner Suite studio.
Yes. Yes. Our
If SeatGeek can provide that,
we're currently in back problem seats.
especially because we're going to go play sports after this.
Not provided by SeatGeek.
Yeah.
So make sure you guys go to SeatGeek. Get good seats. Yanks 2025, 10% off tickets.
Red dot seat right here.
On the SeatGeek app, they have tickets to everything. I mean, it's time to start buying like spring training tickets if you're going down there. I think
The boys are down
I
there.
think a lot of fellas are throwing from the facility.
Ooh.
So yeah, we might be going down for a weekend. Get tickets to anything with SeatGeek. Code Yanks 2025, 10% off. Yanks 2025, 10% off. It's kind of a no-brainer. Kind of where I like to live. Yeah, the boys are bopping. Everyone's doing their sailor send-off.
It's nice. We should reach out to Boone officially. I know we've said it, but we should.
are.
Okay. We have like
We've been a lot.
to come on.
Yeah.
He said no.
No, we're not there yet.
No, but he did one before.
Yep.
I know the whole contract thing. He would just like come on before he goes to the spring training.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted
Get
to
back
say
to me, Maury.
I wanted to say that I was chatting. I was talking about Band of Brothers, and I dropped a reference.
Ooh.
And my guy Frank John Hughes,
Yeah?
actor,
Big Yankee fan.
yes, he reached out because I was talking about Band of Brothers, and he said the off-season episodes have been great. And I paused and I thought, has been a great off-season. Views have been great. So I wanted to just pause and say thank you to everyone for being with us. Sometimes the off-season, we had a lot of early action. It's been dead for like a month, but I feel like we've been having fun energy. The voicemails are fun.
We got strung out longer this year with them doing stuff. Like into late
the
December.
World Series
Starting
and then
late.
a great first offseason. It was like bang, bang, bang.
Because they had to wait for Soto to happen, so that extended their offseason.
And tomorrow or next week, I saw we got PPPs on the schedule, so those get started. So that for me, that's like turned page moving forward. So thanks. Appreciate everyone. Numbers have been great.
Good.
You guys have stuck around. And we finally get some quotes that we can discuss. Hal. Cash, I didn't get to read that full article, so you got to tell me if you said anything really groundbreaking.
Sure.
Hal said some stuff that, I mean, I tweeted out the notes, and there's some big stuff that everyone is fired up about, and we can talk about that. There were some little nuggets there. I was just like,
Okay.
that's interesting.
Let's
Or
diagnose
new.
it.
Yeah. Do you want to start with
Dr. John.
the big fish that Hal said, like what the Dodgers are doing? He said owners, the rest of us owners can't do that. And now Michael K., he said, if he said most owners can't do that, that's fine because that's true.
Right.
But lumping himself into the us was K's big problem with it.
Yeah.
None of this is new territory or new ground, I think. Like, there's some owners that will go over that tax. Hal has showed he will be at the top of the AL, but not going to, like, he's not going to be the carrot, but he'll be the first pony. Dog and carrot.
I don't know.
Dodgers are the carrot.
Dodgers are the carrot.
Hal will be one of the first three dogs. He's not going to be the carrot anymore. His dad.
Dogs chasing carrots?
Isn't that dog race? They put the carrot on the track.
I know horses eat carrots.
Do they do it to dogs? No idea.
I thought the carrot was from a dog race.
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not as big in that community as I used to be, so I don't know if things have changed.
Which animal race chases a carrot?
Dogs chase, don't they put like a fake animal on the inside of the track? That's greyhounds.
Carrot and a stick. Dogs, yeah.
Okay. Where are they doing this?
Like dog races, like greyhound races.
Where can we go? That's what I'm...
Oh, I don't know.
What comes up? Okay.
Dog races near me.
Okay.
Meadowlands Racing and Entertainment.
Okay. Put a trip on the books.
Chelsea
Bring
Greyhounds.
your carrots.
But I think that's an apt analogy I came up with on the spot.
Yeah.
Hal, George liked being the stick that all the other teams had to chase.
Right.
Hal's saying, I don't want to be the stick, but I'll be in the lead pack.
Right.
Is that enough? Like people want him to be the stick.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of what I was saying last episode. Hal, it's one of his major roles as the owners as kind of not being the carrot anymore. I guess that's what I was trying to tell you a couple episodes ago, that like he very much lumps himself in the crowd, and I think that's important for the other owners because the Yankees is what the Yankees represent and where his father had the Yankees and what they do. Kay has every right to be frustrated with it. I think Yankee fans do too, because the big thing that I circle back to that, we had Jeff Passan was talking about it on Talkin Baseball yesterday, that like it's the whole Yankees brand conversation that part of me feels a little dirty talking about because the Yankees have been friendly to us in a way. Some ways they haven't been fully welcome to us, but like they care so much about the Yankees brand, which I get because it's one of the craziest brands in the world. Like it's an international sports brand, which there's not a lot of that. Like you go to Europe and there's people that wear Yankees hats and they're in with like Disney and stuff. But the whole Yankee brand is winning. That's everything else funnels off of that. So it's been a while, man. I know we went to the World Series last year. I know it ended in a very embarrassing fashion, which left everyone in a weird spot. But the Yankees haven't won a World Series since 2009. So now that there's two big dogs being the carrot, currently the Dodgers and the Mets, that's weird. And that's not the Yankee brand.
Yeah. It sucks. It's like not new info. Like he told us 6 months ago his payroll's going to be where it's at. So it's put a pretty big offer in for Soto. Like I'd love for them to say fuck it. We did a whole episode say like fuck it and all that, but
because they can.
Because they can. The difference in
that's the point.
The difference in they make more revenue than the Dodgers. They can.
Right.
Him saying like teams like us can't. Well, you can. So that's what's pissing everyone off the most. I just think that's not new information. So it's like I've been mad about that or upset.
Right.
There's other stuff in there about like the current makeup that was funny or just interesting or like a little aside. Hal is just kind of has a funny way of talking too.
Big time.
His cadence is very Jesse Eisenberg. I put him on 2x speed when I watch.
Sure.
Which if BBD plays the clips I sent him, I think they're on 2x speed. Right. Sorry about that. Something that let's see. I don't know. This is in chronological order of him talking.
Okay.
I think the two big conversations, and maybe Beebs was using this one as a thumbnail. Boone and Hal said Martian's the left fielder.
Right.
So they're going to get him reps in spring, which is what I assumed they were going to do, and I want them to do and get him comfortable out there. We can't baby kids and make a left field this big problem anymore. Just be like, no, he's going to figure it out. And then hopefully he does. Which he should, dude.
He should. It shouldn't be a problem. It should be the last time we talk about it. And I said this should be the Dominguez. There was two ways to do it. One, it's like, hey, Jasson Dominguez, go take left field. You're catching fly balls. The ball moves a little differently. Let's practice. But you're a legit prospect. You've shown enough that, hey, left field could not be a question for the next 5 years, which it's been a question for the past, what is it going to be, 8 now opening days with a new left fielder? 7 or 8?
It's the 7th different one.
So
Whether it's him or Pelly out there.
So yeah, that's pretty wild when you actually think about it, and being the Yankees. Yeah, I think I would just handle the whole Yankees discussions differently. Like, again, you're almost putting now more pressure. Like, what if it doesn't click? You know, I know it should. Like, left field and center field aren't that different, but they are. And, like, what if Dominguez looks really solid in center field? Like, the fact they don't leave that door open, it's how they end up in bad places. So I get it, and I want it. Like, it should make sense. Cody Bellinger's played a lot of good center field.
Yeah.
Jasson Dominguez, it should make sense. But we've seen a lot of situations that should make sense that don't. Gleyber Torres should have been a fine second baseman. He wasn't. He should have played third base a while ago. So that's where I just don't agree with the whole overall approach of, like, they put themselves in a corner by trying to not put themselves in a corner.
I understand that. I think they over the years with Volpe and Wells and maybe Dominguez have undervalued the ability to get better at a defensive spot with reps.
Sure.
And Volpe was a bat first shortstop in the minors, and now he's very much a glove first shortstop and won a Gold Glove. Right. Wells was maybe going to have to be a first baseman, and now he's developed and is fine at catcher. So it's almost like that's their scouting reports that have been wrong. And they've gotten better. And those guys have just been put in the position to say, go do it.
Right.
Where Gleyber, they moved from second to short, and then he was bad at all of them.
Well, it's also the athlete conundrum of, like, at a certain point, you have to kick in as well. That
yes.
Aaron Judge got his own hitting coach. And, like, if you want to get better defensively, it's like the easiest roadmap in baseball.
But Dominguez was
practice.
never a liability. Like, they never said he was bad. Like, the scouting report was never bad defensively. It was just when he got called up and they threw him out there and it looked weird. There's some wind balls. But I prefer stick him in left, let him get good at that position and it not be a bugaboo. And then on top of that, they said Bellinger is going to be used for versatility.
Right.
Which I like. He can play first if you want to give Goldie a day off or a DH day. If Judge needs a DH day and Stanton's down or injured, then Belly can go to right and Grisham in center.
Right.
So that's where they're going to be able to have a lot of maneuverability, which makes sense to me.
Yeah, I guess the plan makes sense. I want us to get invited to the Yankees preseason PR meeting, because they're like, okay, yeah, hey guys, Dominguez is left fielder, Jazz playing second base. We're gonna give these guys a run at third, and it would just be nice for us to be able to push the message too. But like I guess for me it would be like, hey, yeah, we want Dominguez to play a lot of left field, but even with Bellinger there and talking about his versatility, like the baseball season can go in 100 different directions. There could be a time when we need Cody Bellinger to play left field this year. And, like, I want him to get some reps there. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it is a fine approach. I would just approach it slightly differently.
He's played a decent amount of left field in the minors. 610 innings.
Right.
So I don't know if it's as big of a bugaboo as those couple fly balls made it out to be. Hopefully not. Can you name the last left fielders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 years where we haven't had back-to-back. In 2017 and 2018, we had back-to-back opening day starters.
It's Alex Verdugo last year.
Yes.
2023. Jeez, who'd they throw out there? Is that Oswaldo?
Yeah. Right. I think it's a tough. I don't know. That's a tough one.
He's definitely the most trick question, I think.
2022 was Gallo?
Yep.
What was that?
Yep.
Had some in your throat there?
Yep.
2021. See, this is where the years start to leave me.
This one might get you.
I don't know, like Hicks? Like who? No.
Hicks started in center.
Right.
3 years in a row.
I don't know. George Thomason?
Clint Frazier. 2020 Gardner. 2019 Stanton. 2018 Gardner.
Okay.
Yeah. Next note. And then same level update from Boone. Actually, I don't think Hal said this is. Boone said, if the roster is what it is now, he wants Jazz at He likes Jazz at second, and DJ, Oswald at third. Which again, that just kind of makes sense to me. If that's the personnel,
It's made sense from the start.
but that could change. I still think if they were to get an infielder, that would change.
Yeah, I guess I like that update. Again, I think in my head, if the Yankees are trying to do one more slider move, whether that's a Jorge Polanco or a Yon Moncada or anything of that ilk, I still don't know why the Yankees. I guess I don't really have a problem with it. It's just why not just be like, yeah, we like our infielders. We're going to try some different things at second and third. We think Jazz can play anywhere, Oswaldo can play anywhere, so we just want to put the best defensive lineup out there.
Well, I think that would be a non-answer. Like, I like that Boone answered this. If this is the players, I like Jazz at
right,
second.
but that answer, my only problem with, you had Oswaldo last year, and he could have played some third, and Jazz could have been more flexible.
But Glaber wouldn't move.
Jazz could have played left.
Yeah,
there's other things you could have tried, and they locked the hatches too early.
Yeah, they did.
That's my only qualm with that. But no, I think the Yankees' best lineup this year should have Jazz at second. So it was nice to hear that from them.
And Hal mentioned twice that they're going to bring kids up from the minors, and then Meredith was finally like, who? Like, who are you excited about? And he said Oswaldo Cabrera, this would be his third year in the majors, which Hal said, but he'd be coming off the bench. And then, you have DJ. He said maybe Peraza. Vivas.
Yeah.
Oh, remind me at the end of this, I have a fun exercise from a Reddit post that I want to do, Beebs. He said there's some good talent in AAA, but there's not knocking the farm, but it's not like we have a Volpe, a Dominguez. We don't have
they don't have guys on their top 100 prospects.
The only even really wild card option since we traded away our starting second baseman, Caleb Durbin, is Pereira. Pereira was a prospect. He got hurt all of last year, and they mention him in the outfield. He's the only. If he comes out and goes nuts at AAA, Yankee fans are going to be like, hey, Pereira's one dotting and blah blah blah. So that's the only one, but that doesn't help the infield.
No, yeah, but he mentioned it so many times. I think he's just very proud of the fact that under his own new regime, they call up rookies because he said we've been doing that for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and I think his dad got flack for never letting the farm develop. So I think Cal appreciates that and tries to use it as a flex. Okay. We do call up young kids, and we trade a lot away.
Yeah.
He said that too.
Both of them.
We do both.
Both of them.
We do everything. Cabrera at third is probably the majority of if they don't go get someone right now, which they still could. I don't think they will, but they could. And then DJ LeMahieu is at the facilities.
Right.
He's there. I feel bad for how little faith I have. But there's a cricketer named Steve Smith who's he's an odd guy like DJ
legend.
And a bat to ball. Yeah, he's a legend. He just got his 10,000th run. And he went through a 2-year spell where people thought he was dead. Done.
At what age?
I think he's the same age as DJ. Is that our age? Isn't DJ our age?
DJ's 37? 37 this year?
Steve Smith is 35.
I think DJ turns 37 in July.
So 2 years older. So his 34 and 35 years up until the last 2 months.
Sure.
They said that he had no eyesight anymore. They're saying his eyes were painted on.
Right.
They're fake eyes.
Good Egyptian wedding.
And now he's hit 3 centuries in a row, and it's and people the Australian cricketers are like, oh, fuck us, huh?
Right.
Still there. DJ can come out, put bat to ball. It's a very hard thing to because he was going to get DFA'd, so it's they already moved on from him.
Yeah,
they already had a meeting and said time to move on.
I'd love to get a couple examples of guys that maybe did a similar thing, but even
it was swing changes in baseball.
Yeah, but I'm saying getting to that age, getting to 37, having 2 empty years, injuries. Like even, but baseball, funny things can happen. Like Albert Pujols' last season was electric after he had been like neutral for 5 years. So
Brandon Crawford might be your best example for what this DJ could be in a best case.
Yeah.
He had 3 years that are below.
But what was his how old was he in his big season?
34.
Okay.
Which is younger than 36 and 37. Best recent example I've got.
I think the best case for DJ is it has been an injury-riddled couple years. So, hey, maybe he's healthy. Maybe he's doing the right workout routine. And I think the other part of it is you say, hey, to start, man, you are going to face lefties. Like, that's the position we're going to put you in. Mm-hmm. Play third base, hit lefties. If you can do that, like, I think that's something that's been funny to me that have the Yankees had like a lefty masher? I feel like I look at other teams and I'm like, and this is going to sting some people, but like J.D. Davis for a little bit, like, oh, hey, we're facing a lefty today. Randall Grichuk's going to get the start.
So Boone talked about that in his interview with on The Fan. He talked about how so many teams, the Rays, and he said the Red Sox last year, are platoon heavy, where if you make a move, you know they're going to bring in their big pinch hitter.
Right.
And he said, we aren't built that way.
Right.
We're not built on pinch hitting. He said the Dodgers weren't really built on pinch hitting. They had their platoon lineups, but they were going to stay with their guys. So at least you're right. They haven't, but he's admitting that they don't build themselves that way, which we've known.
Which it's one thing to build your team that way. I still think, the Yankees have had room on their bench for like, oh, we're facing a lefty.
They don't
today.
put money into
like
their bench.
accidentally had that.
Yeah, I don't even
odd.
know how much money needs to go into the bench. But yeah. It's
Matt Chapman's your only example, and he had one half a year with the Yankees that was good. But
Matt Chapman?
Carpenter, sorry.
Okay.
But again, that's
Right.
a wild swing change.
Right.
That in baseball, that's what it was. To do that, Justin Turner didn't have a great career until 29. He
Right.
wildly changed his swing and then took off. Like, I don't think DJ's going to do that.
No, I don't know if that's the answer for him. I think it would health. I guess the only thing that is scary that, okay, even if he is healthy and this offseason was different and he found the right foot guy or whatever it is, okay, if one injury happens again, I mean, then you're back in the same boat essentially. So I don't know. It would be a fun story if he has a nice spring. And again, there could be a bench role where DJ's our bench, first base, third baseman, and he gets some starts versus lefties, and it's a nice thing. But you can't. To dream on that is tough.
No. Yeah.
In a messed up way, like the good version of DJ is exactly what the team's missing, but that's an old friend.
2019 DJ would really shape up this lineup.
Be great.
Juice balls too. That helped.
Let's juice them.
2020 DJ. He hit.
He did hit.
Really?
Half a year of 2022 DJ or whatever that was.
27 OPS on August 8th that year.
Maybe he just needed like another old guy. Like maybe him and Goldie are gonna have this like special bond.
They could. Nonverbal
Like
communication.
telepathic,
Yeah. I like that. Boone also said that Jazz and Jasson are
And he likes that.
candidates for the leadoff spot.
Just likes those names.
Jazz and Jasson.
Well,
Double Z, double S.
Someone commented on our last episode that, they saw Boone at a live event and Boone said that Dominguez could lead off. So.
Why not?
So he hopes he runs with it.
I don't know.
But he said it's not necessarily going to be just one set guy, like a platoon leadoff spot, which, yeah. They have no idea.
AKA Jazz and Volpe.
Jazz and Jasson. That's all that. What else do we got from Hal? Relievers. Hal did a real weird thing that kind of just like made me go, what? I know you have the footage of this, but he throwing his hands up like he's getting accused of not getting more relievers.
Right.
Meredith just like the bullpen looked great.
Yeah.
And his answer It's like, yeah, the bullpen looks right. Well, we're not done. We're going to be talking till pitchers and catchers report, and even after that.
Yeah.
It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Where's this heat coming from?
Him and Matt Blake, man, they're locked in, dude.
So that was.
Well, I think the back end of that bullpen is, and we're still talking. We're not done with anything yet. We'll be going right up until pitchers catchers report, and probably after that. But the back end of that bullpen is phenomenal, right? With Hamilton, Weaver, and Dillon, and I'm excited about Loizaga being back as well. And I think by hopefully beginning of June, he'll be a big part of that bullpen, and it's a good one. And again, I'm excited about our defense being better too. I think Bellinger's going to add a lot to the outfield, and obviously Goldschmidt at first, and the starting rotation. It's exciting. It's a good one.
It did. It's really nothing. Like, I'm not trying to stir the pot. It just made me. It's just funny that it was like, what? And then when he's like, I love the back end of the bullpen, Hamilton. I was like, whoa, that's the first name. Because Hamilton, to me, is still a question mark. Like, health-wise, you cannot lock him in. And then he goes, and Loizaga comes back in June. I'm like, health-wise, those two guys cannot be like locked in. Like,
if you threw those two at the end of a list of 5 guys, like, sure.
With like the caveat of like, and if we can get a full years out of Hamilton.
See, I think that's just ball knowing out of Hal. That he's like, any schmo Joe can hit you with.
We will.
Didn't mention Cruz.
Obviously. But yeah. And I think the Yankees love Hamilton. I don't know what that's about. I think he's their new, okay, this is rude. And Hamilton, cover your ears. I think he's their new also like Marinaccio punching bag a little bit.
Marinaccio to the Padres.
Like Hamilton, hey, we got this event coming up. We need a Yankee there. You're there, right?
Just don't scare the kids. Hamilton did not pitch in the World Series, got hurt. And then Cousins had to come in.
Cousins was
Hamilton
the guy
out
for a little bit.
Hamilton out for all of the playoffs?
No, he pitched in the other series.
He got hurt at the end, right?
Yeah.
And then that's who later replaced.
Yeah. And he looked great down the stretch in September after coming back from injury. Right before the injury, he was looking pretty bad. So the bullpen is good. Like, I'm not, again, this isn't a knock on any sort. I just found it interesting and funny that he was like, if anything, that's the infield where you should be like, we're still out there trying.
Right.
We're still looking. But he chose to get hands up.
That's the Yankees PR.
Don't shoot.
Hey, we know that's them. That's a case of. I'm trying to think of a good example, but yeah, that's the Yankee PR. Like, hey, excellence isn't enough for us. We know our bullpen's good, but we do better. And then the infield's the opposite, where it's like, hey, like bullpen is a class that they know they're good at. And they currently have an A-.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, but we're
It made me think, like, are they working on something like bigger that we don't know about, like a lefty trade for a guy trading for a lefty reliever with years? But
always.
I think he's just saying that.
Yeah.
Real quick note, talked about how Judge is moving to right field, and he goes, I'm not sure he's happy about that. I know Judge likes playing center, but Judge, come on now.
Yeah.
I hope he's not giving him guff. Also said Judge recruited Bellinger, which at this point, do they just credit every move to Judge, or is he really driving the team? Like, what is it? Are they just...
I think a little of both.
Like, we've heard that Judge told them to go with Volpe over Peraza in spring training. We've told them Judge was the one that said go get Verdugo. Judge was the one that said go get Rodon. They're just crediting Judge to everything. I don't know if it's like a scapegoat on the front office, like, well, this is what Judge wants, or if they're like paying respect by like, see how well we treat Judge.
Yeah.
He's really part of our decision making. But like so far, almost everything's been accredited to Judge. The new jerseys, the away jerseys.
Not Fernando Cruz.
Judge wanted that, yeah.
Not Fernando Cruz.
Clay's walk-up.
Yeah.
Clay's walk-up was Judge.
Yeah.
Like literally everything.
Yes.
Is that real, or is that some weird PR that's like...
I believe that's real.
kind of wild.
Yes.
Kind of wild. Yet you won't embrace his hitting coach.
No. But I won't
But they'll
What-
change the Yankees
that?
jerseys.
He's the best hitter in the world, but you won't embrace
But we
what
won't do
makes him the best hitter. But as far as fashion, music,
Right.
roster construction, let's go to him. Weird.
We
Very
will
weird.
do anything
I don't think I can
for
handle
Judge.
another one.
Don't let teacher man in the house.
Teacher man, come to the warehouse. Teach us how to hit. I think I can't allow another one. The next time some random ass thing happens, or like actually Judge asked for that.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on? Didn't he ask for the turquoise statue of? I know Harrison Bader brought that over initially. Didn't they just credit Judge with the
I think
turquoise?
he was kind of leading the charge. He certainly wears it a lot. But
I think I can hit a laugh meter on it come the MLB draft.
If they say that he Judge really liked this
Now,
guy.
that'd be good.
We reached for him, Judge liked him.
That'd be good. They draft a kid out of Fresno State.
It'd be funny if they're just like texting Judge, like, hey, we're about to make this move. You like it? And he thinks he's being just a
Right.
company man. He's like, I love it. Let's get it, boss. And then they flip it and they're like, Judge told us to get him.
I think
there's
What
a
the
reasonable
fuck?
chance that's like.
I think if we're
what
being
it
honest,
is.
that's what it is. I
But
think
that's
it-
weird
Think
that
we
they're
can
like,
get Belly.
But think about
Do
this.
you like that?
What did we trade for Bellinger?
Being willing to take on his
Poteet?
money and Poteet, yeah.
So they texted Judge, hey, you know,
So Judge isn't going to get credit for the Williams because Nestor had to leave in that.
right.
Okay.
Hey, Judge, you know, we can get Cody Bellinger in the house, and you know, it's gonna cost us Poteet, but you know, you think that's a move?
Damn. Love my guy Poteet.
Sinker.
I think we're going to have to do that. I'll call Cody.
Which one?
He's got him Cody 1, Cody 2 in his phone. At the end, Hal did talk about the World Series, and he did say that they played sloppy. They had bad defense. He said he's got a chip on his shoulder because he knows they're way better than they showed in the World Series, and we're going to be better defensively this time around. He also sprinkled in better defense to almost every answer.
Yeah.
It was like maybe 75% of the questions asked, he just sprinkled it, and I'm very excited about better defensively. And on that note, I agree.
Yeah.
I am embarrassed about the sloppy play, and I am excited about the better defense.
Yeah, it's this is going to be an interesting. How do things resonate with the team and the clubhouse? Because we knew Glaber. We kind of didn't know first base would turn into what it did. And then you've got a new kid at third base. So I don't know. Judge playing out of position, Soto not out there for his defense. It ended up landing so odd last year, but we've also had questions about the Yankees defense in the past that I don't know. It felt like the day in, day outness of baseball that the Yankees have leaned into too much. Like, yes, it's a long season. Yes, you shouldn't let a loss in the ninth inning affect your next game or your next week or anything. But also, if it's because you're botching routine ground balls, like, you kind of need to, like, not hit the table every day, but like, hey, we got to make those plays. We're major leaguers, and that's been gone.
Yeah, my thing that I was thinking about when I was listening to Boone's interview was like, because I was thinking, what would we ask him as more like Yankee stuff? And then I was like, well, am I just like antagonizing him with this question? Is it backwards? Because, yeah, the defense has gotten better. Bellinger in center, Judge in right, Volpe's good at short, Jazz at second, Goldie at first. You cannot deny that that is a better defensive lineup. Yes. You have at third, Oswaldo, DJ, if that's who it is. DJ's arm's crazy. Oswaldo can play third. I mean, I'm not saying he's gold
I like
glover.
Oswaldo.
Yeah, I like him too. And then Dominguez is the question mark. Can he do left? But it's without a doubt better defensively. But that's almost not the problem. Like,
nice.
Which is great.
Right.
But it's the problem about last year's sloppiness was not fixing something in the middle of the season that's a known problem.
Right.
And I don't know if that's specific to defense and base running. I have no idea. Was that coaching or is that personnel? So what's going to be the problem halfway through this 2025 season? Right. And will they not address it? And then will it bite them in the ass in the postseason? Because then it's like, okay, well, you can only do so much in the offseason if you're not going to address team needs middle of the way and manage and coach to all the positions.
Yeah, I think it's been talked about that their analytics team, they have a problem making the change. I don't know if it's admitting defeat or it's just like small sample size, but we've seen it. Gallo, Donaldson, Verdugo, that they're like, no, it's the other shoe's going to drop. And at a certain point, the other shoe's not going to drop. Or, again, it's the Yankee frustrations that, I don't know, end of January, why even bother? But, like, hey, Verdugo's had a historically bad month. Why don't we sit him for 3 games now? Like, they just don't do that.
Yeah.
They don't believe in any of the traditional old baseball methods of sparking a player or motivating a player, which, I mean, that's stuff that goes back to, like, JV baseball. Like, hey, you had a bad couple games, we're going to sit you a couple games. Like, that used to be the whole athletes thing. Like, the biggest way to punish athletes was to take the game away from them. So I don't know. They don't adjust on the fly, and we also saw with Clay Holmes last year. He's the best closer in baseball. He's the best closer in baseball. Okay, he's blowing games. No, Clay Holmes is great. We love the way he's throwing the ball. Okay, we hit our tipping point. It's over. And it's just like, don't talk yourselves into things.
It took until September 8th for them to make that change. Now, they made it, but that's a long time to go to make the Clay Holmes change, and then Weaver looked great.
Phenomenal.
And Clay, when used properly without runners on and in other situations, was able to get the job done a lot in postseason.
It's so bizarre because that specific change is one that they like have handled right before, where they like when Chapman would get sat for a week or two, like they did do that the right way and it worked.
But they didn't like Chapman.
They didn't like
doing
Clay. It. They like Clay.
It's so that's my thing with the defense. Like, I'm so happy they addressed it in the offseason, but I do think it was more personnel than managing. But what's the swing? And what other change will they get stubborn there? I don't know. Like, Soto and Glaber were personnel issues. They were both hitting down the stretch. Here's your leadoff guy, and you're the best hitter like in the world. And Stan's also hitting like crazy. He's clogging the DH. It's a roster and personnel issue that led to good offense and just like real bad defense and base running.
Yeah. And it just goes back to, should Dominguez have gotten run earlier in the season, and could he would have been what, our 5th or 6th hitter in the postseason? Potentially. Again, he could have also been ass on both ends. So, like, it's just, again, could Jazz Chisholm have played left field and Oswaldo gone at bats? We've gone through the Oswaldo splits a lot. It's just, I don't know. They sometimes they lock their heels in a little too much. And, I know he mentioned the Rays and the Dodgers, but these are teams with a lot of flexibility, obviously on different ends of the spectrum financially. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. This was a dark shower thought this morning. Like, do we know Jazz is good at second?
I thought I'd asked this before, and we'd done highlights before.
I think his season that has graded out by far the best defensively has been the one year he got full-time second base run, but in the grand scheme of things, has been a small sample.
I mean, he obviously has all the talent in the world and came up a shortstop, so everything seemingly would translate. But that was just one of my weird.
It's been a while since he did it in any.
It's weird that
capacity.
We're penciling in that pretty hard.
6 outs above average in 2021 at second base. No, 3, 6 in general.
Again, should be fine. And it's a very end of January.
Fears episode. Like, what if Jazz actually isn't that good at second?
Have we overprocessed this?
I thought he was good. I thought we did this before. I can bring up some clips and we can figure it out. I think Jazz is good over there. I don't know. Does he know the position?
The current understanding is yes, but it's been 2 years of center field and half a year at third base or whatever the exact numbers are.
Fine.
Since he
could be elite.
Last year,
it could go the other way.
Was there anything else from that interview?
Defense. Nothing about the starting pitching from anyone, right?
They talked about Max Fried, the starters a lot in there. It's just kind of like there's nothing really to like chew on. It's like that's good and I like it and hopefully it's great.
They're good and at this moment have at least one extra
good.
guy.
Let's see. I'm going to do like good plays. And then player, the fielder, will do Jazz. What year did he play second base?
I believe 21, but I can confirm.
I guess I don't want to be too obnoxious about it, but like even Jazz at third, I don't have my doubts about the good plays. You know what I'm saying?
Just kind of like coverage and coming in on the ball is. I think he could figure it out. I think Jazz could figure out a lot of positions. I think he's like,
yes.
21. He played 124 games for the season. Most of them were second, and all 60 games he played in 2022 were at second.
Okay. So I got play probability, even, unlikely, remote, impossible. Play made, yes. Batted ball, hit to second, and the second baseman was Jazz.
Sure.
Let's find his best plays.
Okay.
Well, you do that with the Rise, and they're like, ooh, he had like 4.
Right, but Jazz's best plays at third were like Jazz is sick. That's kind of not my question.
Okay, well, I can change it
does
to
he-
easy
does he
plays and
boot?
see did he botch them. Well, let's see the good first.
Right.
Oh well, this is I'm guessing this is a fly ball, so that's nice. We're gonna have coverage.
Sure.
Although Glaber only dropped 1 ever
Right.
last year, for everyone keeping track of all of his pop ups, which wasn't me.
Nice play. First base side.
Oh
Oh.
my goodness.
Position player.
Astadio Latotoga on the mound. Ooh,
Snares a line drive.
that's nice.
Locked into a late game with a position player pitching. That's a nice play from shortstop. Shift days.
Was that even him?
Believe that was him.
Man, the arm's
That was nice.
Yeah.
The arm's great. The arm can take care of a lot.
That was just fast. That was athletic all around. Let's see.
Yeah.
Defense. So you want to go like a certain play
Like,
or a
I guess
likely
like
play and
turning double plays or something like that could be
Ooh.
interesting. Again, the arm strength should help there, right? Like
I can pull that in.
in theory, that could be an impressive part of Jazz's game.
I'm trying to find right now bad plays. So I did. Oh no. Certain play, a likely play, and did he make the play? No.
Okay.
So we'll see how many turn that double play with these. These are easy plays that he did make, which I think is going to be a very boring reel.
Probably a boring highlight reel.
So that's why I made a mistake on the click.
It's okay.
22 plays, they're saying, that were easy that he didn't make over the span of 5 years or something.
Got a little cute with that.
No harm in that play.
No harm. Just got a little
If he
cute with
makes it, it's a plus play. He was deep in the hole and then had to bounce it, but there was no runners on. Ooh, okay.
Okay. Backhand up the middle, scoots away.
Both
Like
of these lederhosen he's wearing, both of these plays he had to move a lot. Like the Arise bad play package, and that's not a great comparison.
Right.
But they're just atom balls.
Going in.
Oh.
I think that was that Corbin Carroll? That was someone fast running.
Was he in between barehanding
Or
that
Alec
and
Thomas.
gloving it? Yeah, it was someone fast. I don't even know if he would have got that. But
Tough play. Speedy runner.
Soto's up.
Wow, one Nationals one.
And Tanner
Soto.
Scott pitching.
Infield pop up.
That's a bad play.
It's not great. 3-2, 2 outs, 2 runners on.
Windy, cold day.
It's a windy, cold day.
Alcantara. Okay, this is a rollover. Threw that one away. Seems like coming in on a ball.
It's a
It was
theory,
the same thing at-
theory that's already out there.
Same thing at third. A lot of these like plays that we're actually saying are coming in. That's just
That's
miscommunication.
communicate. That's being on the Marlins.
Respecting Yachty,
Yeah.
and being on the Marlins. Yachty hit a little pop up that just
Oh my
fell.
God, that's a 0-0 game in the 8th inning.
Now that's brutal.
Okay. Again, it's tough when you're looking at all the bad plays together.
Yeah.
We saw coming in on balls, and it looked like he got a couple cute with the throwing angles a couple times.
I can do double play opportunity.
Let's crack it down with double play opportunity.
And then that'll be the end. And then we'll just watch the first couple because there's got to be a bajillion of these. You want the ball? I put ball hit to second, but I should put ball hit to. You rather him both ways? I'll do both ways.
Suppose I'm interested in both. I guess I'd assume he'd be better at the relay, but I don't know.
Me neither.
And Marlins Jazz, you have to put out the window a little bit. I think Jazz can be a very high-level second baseman.
I agree. All right, let's see. I think I did this search right. No, he's at short there. Flips it to Birdie.
Nice play.
Real nice
My
play.
infield.
I hope Soto's on second. All right.
Is that Jazz to Birdie again?
Yeah, because
Shortstop in
I
second?
think the way I have this set up is like the first player that touches the ball is Jazz,
Right.
which
Put him at short. Hold on now. Okay. Next caller.
yeah, I don't know how to search that. I could figure it out. It's probably not worth doing it right now. Oh, it's very much easy. This is a great website. You go, it says double play opportunity, shortstop players don't care. Fielder 2 position, second base, fielder 2 player, Jazz.
Oh.
That's what we want, right?
Sure.
Okay. Watch a couple here. Alonso's running. They got time. 2 on. Got to keep it a close game. Well, he didn't turn it.
He didn't turn it.
But I don't think he should have.
It wasn't a turning play.
Yeah, I
no.
think it was smart to eat it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give him credit for the acumen there. Base is juiced. Okay.
Ate it again.
Okay, didn't turn it again. A run scored, got spiked.
Not an easy double play ball.
No. His ability to eat it is great. God damn it.
Is he safe there?
He was safe there.
That was a routine ball. What was that? What was that? Wait, what was that?
This is a tough batch to start with. All right, you got a lefty up.
Bryson Stott. He's fast.
You got 1 out. 0-2. It's a real slow ball.
His turn wasn't awful. I think
No,
Bryson Stott just beat that.
The flip's probably slow.
I think the grounder was deceptively slow.
That was bizarre.
Like how many hops that took when you think about major league ground balls.
Yeah, it got to a roll. All right, here's another slow one. All right, that was
Okay.
nice. The arm's cool. Haven't had an arm since Didi that has that like to it. Ate it.
He'll eat a double play if it's not there.
Yeah. He's also getting really slow feeds from these Marlins third base and shortstops. No one's like
It's a double play ball.
nice and easy.
Okay. Tanner Scott. Tough seeing some of the talent that was on the Marlins. Should be an easy one. Okay.
We're good. Sulcer's pumped up about it.
Yeah.
So he'll eat a double play ball. That's great news. He's not going to throw that one away now with the runners on.
It should be an easy one.
Yeah, he took his time there.
Catcher running. Okay.
You seeing anything? He knows the position.
I think with his athleticism, that was nice.
Wow.
Is that turned? Oh,
They reviewed
that was
it.
impressive, though.
Yeah, it was. He went
He barehanded it.
rainy day. Poncho's on.
I think he's a little bored. It could be Miami. With his arm talent and general athleticism, it's hard for him to be a bad second base.
Yeah, I mean, even in those highlights, just his range was good.
Yeah.
Like he was getting to balls way to his left, way to his right. Way to be, Jazz. All right. See you guys. Anything else? Did we miss anything, Beebs? Oh. This was really dumb. But quickly, Jake, I'll send you this Reddit post so I can share it.
Right.
Someone wrote down, and I'll shout them out. It's just such a dumb, fun exercise that might be a good, fun way to get out of this. They wrote down every Yankees name if you switch the first, letters.
Sure.
And I wanted you to kind of choose your favorite, and there's some good ones here. Cake Jason's is good. A lot of the W's work. Will Warren stays there. Lark Meter Jr.
Guis Lil.
Yeah, that one weirds me out. Some of them don't work at all. Rarlos Codon is like the same name. That made me laugh. And Wook Lever.
Will Warren.
Yeah, nice and easy. Wevendilliams made me laugh.
W gets, yeah.
Yeah. So, who is this? I got to shout out. I'll do it afterwards. Oh, Ren Bice.
Ren Bice. Yeah. That's
Oh,
very
dude,
Star
there was
Wars.
one that I was like, that's the same name. Oh, Jasson Dominguez. That's very similar. And Vorbit Jeeves. Could be his name. Like, you
Right.
could do that both ways, and I'd never really call it out.
Yeah.
Jorbit Vivas and Vorbit Jeeves.
Okay.
Grant Trisham. That's another.
Grant.
Grant Trisham.
Are there any Grants out there?
Not yet. So thanks to DBPF for posting this and entertaining me this morning. Fax Reed.
Oh, the other one that Gendry's Yomez. That's
That's a name.
kind of his name. But
Yeah. Yeah. So good stuff. Wuston Els.
Babynames.com doesn't recognize Grant.
Okay.
that's good.
Nor Glaber, to be fair.
And that's good.
All right. Thanks. Go Yanks. Tell them, Grams.
Go Yankees.
Comment Cam.